All right, welcome to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, where we think we know everything, but we really don't know shit. Hey, so we already know what happened. Big disappointment yesterday. That's what we're going to be talking about is Fan Appreciation Night. So for everybody out there, we would love for you guys to go ahead and come on to the show. Tell us your thoughts about how you think the season going to go, especially after yesterday's disappointing loss to the Minnesota Vikings, 27-24. That and more on the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. Hey, Crooked. Hit it!
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
These summer league games and they tell you about these new up-and-coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the court, are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
As our boy Rick Party said, we really don't know shit. Welcome everyone to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. As he said, we think we know everything, but honestly, we don't know shit. Man, new coach, same old Bears. That's what you've been hearing all around Chicago. New coach, same old Bears. Same things happening, like an execution, penalties, not coming through, losing close games. I think last year we lost 7 by 8 points or less. You can already add 1 to this season. Little progress, I should say, from the quarterback. But still, at the end of the day, still having problems with holding on to the ball, getting rid of the ball, not hitting wide open guys. Accuracy is a problem. Man, just lack of execution. And it's sad. I mean, the city of Chicago's tired of going through this. I mean, we want a winner. We want a winner out of one of these damn sports. We need a damn winner. This is probably the saddest time it's been like the last couple of years in college sports history. I don't know if it's the owners. I don't know if it's the GMs. I don't know if it's the players. I don't know if it's the fucking water from Lake Michigan. I don't know what it is. But it's getting bad. Real bad. And let's just be honest, here in Chicago, Bears run the sports. Not the Bulls, not the Blackhawks, not the White Sox, not the Cubs, not the Fire, not the Sky, but the Chicago Bears run sports here. Yeah, as my man said, a tale of two halves last night. So we're going to have fan appreciation tonight. So we're going to put in a link for people to come on to the podcast. Now, don't everybody, it's so crazy. Everybody talk wild in the comment section, crazy predictions, going back and forth with each other. But when we send in a link for people to come on to the podcast where we can put a face to the words that's being typed, now all of a sudden people want to get shy. People hesitate to come on. Bring that same energy onto the podcast as you do behind that keyboard. We welcome that same energy. We love it. We want to see the faces. We want to get to know our viewers. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and kick this podcast off. So it's time to bring in the dream team. First up is my man that knows all the stats from the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, our boy JB.
What up, Edge?
What up, bro? How you feeling?
Oh, man. You remember how we were watching Major League 2 back in the day, and they got a little full of themselves, cats making movies, cats, Rick Vaughn changing his name and naming his pitches and all that stuff. And then, Dennis Quaid is just in the Randy Quaid, I'm sorry, is just in the stands and just totally gave up on Cleveland and called him mild thing and we stink and it's the pissinator and all that. Man, I'm about 2 more losses like this from just giving up on the charter franchise of the NFL because I'm sick of it. New bells, new whistles, same outcome. Like you stated, I don't know if it's the water, if we curse, if it's just ineptitude runs in that stadium. Then we get more bad news for me anyway about moving to Arlington Heights. I don't know what's going on. But something's got to give. And I want to give grace because I was talking with one of the fans earlier about giving Caleb time to mature in this offense. Those same people in the first quarter was like, he's a world beater. And I'm like, a world beater? I'm like, it's 10-6. What world is he beating with that? And then here comes Ben Johnson, not looking like the guy we were familiar with in Detroit. And it's like, cautiously optimistic is still the way to go. But, man, that was a severe letdown yesterday. Severe. Major.
Definitely. I'm sorry, I got to still getting over a little cold. I definitely feel what you're saying about that. It's been a roller coaster ride, man. A lot of high hopes this season. And the season's young. It's the first game, so not going to totally overreact. Just didn't too much like what I saw that first game. Just seems like it's a repeat of the last couple seasons. Like I said, last year I think we lost. Was it 6 games or 7 games?
6 games, about one score or less.
About one score or less. In the previous season, we lost 7. So about one score or less. So, I mean, you're talking about 13 games. And if you include yesterday's loss, 14 games in 3 seasons by 8 points or less. And as someone once said, bad teams find a way to lose.
That part.
So, are we looking at a bad team? Possibly. So,
timing too, Edge. Don't forget about the timing because remember the schedule isn't really that favorable. And this was a game we all checked to win, and we could possibly go down 0-2 in the division already.
Yeah, that ain't good. Well, let's go ahead and bring in the next member of the All-Star team. The one, the only, the Tank. We call him Frank. Frank the Tank.
What's up, guys? I slept like shit last night.
Yeah, a lot of people slept like shit yesterday. It's bad, man. Bad loss. How you feel about it?
I mean, yeah, and I agree with what JB saying, all the stuff about the Caleb Williams looking good 10 for 10 when 2 of those passes were horrible passes that were in the backfield. But I mean, we'll break it down a little bit more, but in my opinion, he played like shit. In my opinion, start to finish, he played like shit. I like how the team was moving when we started off that first quarter, but he made some very nice throws and he missed a lot of really big throws, in my opinion. If I had to give him one good thing, I felt he scrambled when he needed to scramble. Mm-hmm. That's the only benefit that I would give him in this game right now. So it was a rough game. Not one person. Actually, I take that back. Commish, cue my thing really quick that I was asking you to, because there was one person, in my opinion, who stood out in this game. And he showed up. He showed up. He had 3 tackles in the backfield, including a sack. He showed up, stopped the run. He had a great game. Nobody else did, though, in my opinion.
I'll give Dexter one too. Dexter had
Dexter again. I mean, he had a good first half, but I mean,
he got the cheapest sack though.
he did, and like this is the thing, and I hate being that guy who blames officiating, and I'm never gonna freaking do that. But there were some horrible calls that really changed the pace of the game, like horrible calls. Couple on right with some bad holding calls. That pass interference was a huge call in the game. I mean, they never even touched Jefferson. He just fell to the ground. Like, and I'm not going to say we lost that game because of officiating. We lost that game because we just didn't look prepared. And you do got to put that on coaching.
Well, I mean, let's go ahead and get into the game. Well, first of all, let's talk about 12 penalties for 127 yards. I mean, let's be honest. You can probably go through the history of the NFL and see how many teams have won a game where they had 12 penalties for that many yards. I'm pretty sure some that won, but I'm pretty sure it is a hell of a lot less teams that's gone and won games where they've gone and had 12 penalties. I mean, 12 penalties in a game. Some teams don't even get that in 3 or 4 games. You got that in 1. And a lot of things that people were talking about, a lot of reporters that actually been there to the training camps and reporting from the preseason games was stating that the Chicago Bears were having a lot of problems pre-snap.
Mm-hmm.
They had a lot of false starts.
They did it in preseason too.
Yeah. A lot of false starts. You know, you had holding penalties. You had illegal motions and all types of things. I mean, 12 penalties for 127 yards.
If I'm not mistaken, 8 of that was in the first quarter, wasn't it? Or is it the first half? 8 of it might have been.
I don't know, but the crazy part about it is that they were drive killers. You have it where they got 2nd and 5 or 3rd and 5, and then all of a sudden there's a false start. Now it's 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 11. You know, it's going to.
You don't do that when Leslie Flores. Flores is the DC. You don't do that when you got Flores calling defensive plays. You can't have that stuff go backwards.
But see, now let's dig a little deeper into the regime now, because we talked about how the players wanted to be coached hard. We talked about how the players demanded to be coached hard. You know what I'm saying? And there was going to be a large shift in paying attention to detail. False starts ain't nothing but detail.
Yeah.
That's all that is. If push comes to shove, what they used to tell you, watch the ball. That's it.
Yeah. And I know it's kind of difficult for offensive linemen because, you know, you can't really look at the ball and then got to block.
Peripheral, you gotta like.
Yeah. You're over there with a big helmet on, like, man, is it going to hike the ball? What is it going to hike? Yeah, so definitely. I agree with that, JB, with that take right there. That's definitely about execution, and it is just bad. And now let me ask you guys this: does a lot of that come down to Caleb with his cadence? Because I remember, I don't know if it was Troy Aikman or Joe Buck, one of them sit up there and said, like, the cadence is used to draw the defense offside, not to draw your own man offside.
That's a good one.
A good
because from the limited times we actually really heard the cadence or even paid attention to it, because I'm pre-snap, I'm reading defense, looking at how we're moving. I'm not even really paying attention to the cadence. Is he a set, or is he just a delayed set? I didn't really pay attention to that. So that could be something they need to work on in practice, because if that cadence is elongated or it sounds similar, like his set and hut sounds similar, that could throw the line off. Yeah, it can definitely. Hey, give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Like we said, tonight is Fan Appreciation Night, so the Crooked Commission is gonna put in there right there. You see it right there on the screen. The link to come in to talk.
Give you like 10-15 minutes, guys, to say what you need.
Yeah, probably less than that, depending on how many
people come, for sure.
Yeah. So we want you guys to come in, give us your thoughts about the game, give us your thoughts about how you think the rest of the season going to go after you seen what you seen last night, Monday night, in that 27-24 loss to the Minnesota Vikings. So we're gonna go ahead and bring in somebody on. We already got a guest lined up. We're gonna bring in one of our guys. We've been knowing this guy for what, 15, damn near 20
Plus.
Yeah.
Played at Northwestern out of
He's
Leo.
new to me. He's new to me, guys.
Yeah, well, he's new to Frank the Tank.
He's new to me.
Our boy Akeem Hunter.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Hey, what's happening?
Appreciate it, guys. What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate
Happy to have you on.
Absolutely. Appreciate you coming. It's been a long time, brother.
it. Yeah, I've been due. Frank, man. What's the delay? Been waiting.
Great question. Couldn't give you the answer for that one.
Hey, you did something that Edge just asked you to do. Just jump right in. You came in the chat, jump right in. No more hiding behind the keystrokes.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
so go ahead, give us your thoughts and takes on yesterday's debacle.
All right. I sent John a text about 5:30 saying I was gonna make $100. I bet on Minnesota because Caleb, remember the first game in the preseason? He didn't play. This offense is too complex for him to sit on the bench.
I've been saying that the whole preseason.
And when you look at Kansas City, this is going back to preseason. I'll fast forward back to last night. Kansas City, their guys played. Mahomes, they've been in that system for so long. Their starters played. Caleb needs
I understand they don't have to play if they've been in the system for so long. I understand that. But in a new system, you got to get the reps, man. That's a key with the false starts and everything too. Like you got to get the reps.
False starts. And the thing with quarterbacks, so in college, I played at Northwestern, had the opportunity to play running back, and also had the opportunity to play on the other side of the ball as well. So when quarterbacks going through their cadence, they do have a separate tempo. And Caleb, he's not in that offense. It's a predominantly under center offense. If you go back and look at Detroit from last year, they did really well under center. I mean, it tells you how good Goff was because he did his thing under center. And I don't think Caleb understands the playbook fully. So there's some things that they can't roll out. I mean, if you think about it, there are some things that the coaches simply cannot run because Caleb just doesn't understand the playbooks. So that first drive, when he went 10 for 10, everybody was like high five and passing off beers and all that stuff. There was a play. You go back to the first quarter. Adunze ran a Dino route, basically on the post.
I was talking about that backstage. He was wide open.
You got to have it. But so there are plays in the offense where the OC, he makes the plays. Us three, we can go out there, we can make those plays. Now, there are certain plays that we pay you to make those plays, Caleb. That route right there, we need you to make that play. We don't need you to be checked down, Caleb. We got a backup quarterback for that. We paid him a lot of money. We need you to make that play. And so I think that was a massive right there when we talked about a lot of the other plays. But I mean, I was more disappointed. I mean, we'll beat up on the quarterback because he's the guy, but I'm surprised we didn't run the ball as well.
I was too, and I will say this: Dahlman had a horrible game.
Yeah,
he got destroyed in that game.
Jonah Jackson, trash.
Yeah, I mean, like our guards that we paid big money for, those three, they did not have a good game, and that showed when we could not run the ball.
Yeah, and I think Chicago as a core is a blue-collar city, regardless of who you bring in. I mean, you can bring in Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen. When it gets to the deep part in November, December, you got to run the ball. You got to play defense. I know our defense played good for about 3 quarters. I mean, they
got tired.
It was a touchdown.
Right.
That third quarter, I think we if I'm not mistaken, had 3 straight 3-and-outs. That's going to tire your damn defense, man. They have to go right back on the field right away.
Yep.
I want to give a shout out to the chat, man. People in there talking about what about Bajent? I think that's Trisha Adams asking about
Trisha Bajent did play against backups. So he always looks good against backups.
We're not even close to being there right now.
Yeah.
Dan said that the run blocking was absolutely shit by the Bears too, which is what you alluded to, King, or you guys alluded to about as far as with Dahlman having a bad game, Jonah Jackson having a bad game. I mean, let's be honest. The Minnesota Vikings, I think they had the number one defense in the league last year. Like, people were not running against them guys last year at all. So I wasn't expecting too much running. I wasn't expecting for them to have 40 dropbacks, though, I think to 21 runs.
Especially in a close game like that.
I kind of did. I'm not going to lie. I did think they would have, because it was a winnable game. So let's go and feature, but Keem, you said something that just kind of stuck with me with complexity. The offense you all ran at that time, that little hybrid thing with CJ Besanum, that was a kind of complex offense for that time.
Complex.
So, right. So do you feel like, just from what you were watching from that position, do you feel that Caleb, he doesn't understand a playbook because it's too much, or he doesn't understand the playbook to the diagram of where he's supposed to go? Because that 10 for 10, a lot of that was check downs and easy throws.
Yeah. I would say a little bit of both, actually. So if you look at Jaden McCarthy, everyone said that Caleb had the advantage because he played. JJ's in year 2, even though he didn't get any reps in year 1. He's in year 2 of the system.
He learned. Some people benefit
from the system and understanding the system. Now you throw Caleb out there. If you throw, I mean, we everyone knows what 4 verts is. 4 verts is the same thing in every playbook. There's different terminology. The concepts are still the same. It's how he's being taught those concepts. That could be a problem there. But when I look at Caleb's stats, 21 of 35 of those 35 dropbacks. I mean, how many screens we got? How many of those gimme plays? Boots, screens, those quick hitters, those layups that they're giving. So how many throws?
I don't mean to cut you off. Is it me, or are the Chicago Bears the worst team when it comes down to throwing screens? Like, why don't our screens work? This is like,
know it's coming.
Are they telegraphed? I mean, like,
that's what you just said. Everybody, it was so predictable.
Everybody knows our screens are coming. Like, Jesus Christ, they right there. I'm like, man, what's going on?
If I see DJ Moore on the left side, 9 times out of 10, the screen is coming.
Especially if he's in near slot.
Yeah.
Those are long extended handoffs, pretty much.
Yeah.
But like I was mentioning, of those 35 passes, I'm gonna call them dropbacks. Those 35 passes, as an OC, how many of those am I giving the quarterback? Layups, 25.
You hoping so?
I don't want him to throw the ball 35 times. First of all, But 25. So I need you to make 10 plays. That one play he rolled out right, got out of some trouble, threw a laser to a doomsday.
Oh, to Rome. Yeah, that was a beautiful throw.
That's
what talking about the one. Are you talking about the one he rolled out and he caught it before he went out of bounds?
The sideline.
Yeah.
That's a throw we pay you for.
Yeah. And then he made another.
You can't live on those.
You absolutely cannot. But I mean, and we can say it when we want to, like that last few drives. I mean, he was close to having back-to-back miss big hitters because Komet made a great catch that was way over his damn head.
Yeah.
Way over his head. That was a phenomenal catch. And then you just follow it up by overthrowing DJ in the end zone. It's just stuff like that can't happen, man.
It's so crazy that you were talking about that, Frank, because thinking the broadcast, I think Troy Aikman said that he looked, as we've been talking about, as JB's been alluded to, he looked at the check down. If he doesn't look at the check down, he would see DJ is wide open. He hits him right then and there. DJ's in there for an easy score. But he's looking for that check down too much. And I think a lot of that, one thing that I see about Caleb Williams, and it's starting to come to fruition, is he's arrogant. He's trying to convince people that he's not nervous. Things don't get to him. But I think things do get to him because he wasn't nowhere near this inaccurate when he was at USC. He could throw the deep ball. One of the reasons why the Bears sit up there and drafted him, he was an accurate. I mean, he was complete 68, 69% of his passes. You can't tell me now all of a sudden that a guy gets to the NFL, now he don't know how to throw the ball. I think it's all in his head right now. I
think it is too.
He's not as confident in himself, especially with the deep ball. Because once you constantly keep hearing, oh man, he's got the worst percentage in NFL history as far as throwing the ball deep. That stuff starts getting into your head now. Now all of a sudden, you gun shy.
Yeah.
I think also that leads to, as you mentioned, he's looking to his check down pretty quick. That means he's getting to his progression super, super fast. Yeah. You got things develop. You got the big guys up front got to do their job. We can all admit they didn't play their best.
No, they did not.
But we all know so it's good. But he has to get through his progression quicker. What
I
else?
mean, do we think though? Do we think maybe that was game plan because you're going up against Flores? You're expecting him to be blitzing a lot, so you're maybe looking one and then a check down, thinking that the pressure is coming. I don't want that because that's honestly it's playing scared. I don't want that crap. And that's where I give Flores a lot of credit too, because we were talking about this backstage. He played a great chess match. He blitzed 4 times only in that first half, thinking Caleb was going to have all this time, this pocket and be able to handle it himself. And then he just killed him in that third quarter by pressure. And when pressure comes, he gets happy feet. And I don't want him going through one read, then check down. I want read, check down.
I'm gonna say this to that because when they showed certain plays in slow motion, you saw his eyes go downfield. You saw him go through the progressions, but it, like Akeem said, it wasn't like okay, 1 develop, 2. It was like 1, 2, 3. Where's you? Bam, drop it. And then you look at it when it started to break down a little bit more after the 10th completion. Remember, he was 10 for 10. And he missed his first throw on 4th down, which was a 4th and 8, I believe. Right?
That was a bad throw.
No. It wasn't even a 4th and 8. It was a 4th and 3.
No, it was like 4th and 3. Yeah, we were even saying it was like 4th and 3.
I'm blind.
And I still would like to see the replay too on that because I don't know. Was that the DJ?
The thing is, I saw the replay on it. So what happened was he dropped back, and once again, I don't know what it is. He threw the ball too damn soon.
Yeah,
he didn't get DJ enough time. Like DJ would have been there. He just whoom, and got rid of it. And the crazy part about it, you see DJ right there, but then right above DJ is another wide receiver. I don't know. It may have been Rome or Zacchaeus, somebody else.
That was Zacchaeus. Yeah, Zacchaeus was like right above him.
Yeah. So he threw the ball. If he just sits back there, takes a breath, it's an easy complete. He don't even have to put too much zip on it.
Timing.
Yeah. If he even sits up there and takes off like 20% of the speed that he threw on the ball, is going to be on the money.
But again, is that being coached out of him? Because when we see people do that, and we all know, that means he's seeing ghosts. Mm-hmm. And at the beginning, I give him a lot of credit because I'm going to be the first to admit I really didn't know how fast Caleb was. I don't know if he's been doing speed training or whatever.
He didn't look that fast last year.
He didn't run the 40. That's why I said I didn't know, he was that elusive. I mean, I knew he was elusive, but I didn't know he was that fast. Like literally,
he has some wheels,
hands, right?
Yeah.
But for those type of plays is where now I put it back on Ben Johnson because he's been elusive. That's when you wash everybody to one side, bootleg, and just have him run for them little 3 yards and slide and be done with it. If you see that on 4th down, it's like you haven't had the pressure. You kind of sitting up there in Minnesota like is laying in the weeds, kind of playing a 4-3 prevent. I mean, a 3-4 prevent, which is weird because normally you know when Van Ginkel or Grenard is coming, like because you normally see it, right? And they're just kind of laying in the weeds, la 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 la. But then it's like the minute some pressure came, boom, Caleb's like, oh shit. Let me back up a little more. And that's what, to your point, like if he's reading too fast because of the pressure, is it because 68 times last year he was on his ass?
That's very fair point on that one. Very fair point. That's where happy feet comes when you get your ass whooped the season before that, or even the game before that.
Like he had a flashback when Dahlman literally got turned around and he was like, here we go with this again.
I think it's a combination of a couple of things. One, I think going forward, I won't be surprised if you see a lot of teams play cover 2 and put a spy on Caleb and cut that running out. I just don't think that running is going to be sustainable for the whole season. It just won't work.
Well, you talking about him running?
Yeah, him running. Yeah, him scrambling. I just don't think that's going to be.
Wait, you saying the scrambling part or the actual running? Because remember, the scrambling part came from the drop back, and he just chose to run.
Yeah, but they put
not a design
spy there. Yeah, teams start putting a spy there. That can mitigate that.
I mean, actually, if I was the defense, I would, because for the simple fact he's having a hard problem. We know majority of the people that's going down the middle usually be the tight ends. He's having a hard time throwing that ball right there in the middle of the field to the tight ends. He did it once in the preseason or a couple times in the preseason. He has to continue to deliver that ball in the middle. I think it's just so congested in there. Caleb's actually scared to make mistakes. You can't play. Somebody needs to teach this out.
Scared, man.
You can't play a perfect game every game. Matter of fact, there's no perfect games. There's no such thing as a perfect game.
Yeah, right.
So quit trying to go in there and trying to stop limiting your, I don't want to throw an interception. You throw an interception, fine. Erase that shit. Come back. Go back at work. Go back to work. Don't constantly keep, I can't throw that. There's a chance that he may pick it off. Because I've seen too many times where guys are wide open, and I hate to bring this up, but people were talking about this with Justin Fields as well.
Yeah.
Scared to throw the ball over the middle. No type of timing. They waiting for the player to get open instead of throwing him open. He needs to sit up there, and he needs to be able to do that. Once again, this is Fan Appreciation Night. I see a lot of people in the chat. We're inviting people to come in and chat, talk about this game, talk about what you think the Bears are going to look like going into the future as far as the rest of the games. We got a big game coming up Sunday against the Detroit Lions. Ben Johnson goes back to Detroit. A lot of their fans are going to be hyped up for that one. Trust me, they're going to come in there and they're going to try to play hard because they want to prove a point, especially after that showing that they showed against the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. I want to ask this question
they're
to
they're going to come in pissed off, though, man. Let me tell you.
Detroit. I want to ask this question to you guys real quick. Do you all feel that the targeting share is going to be an issue? Rome with 9 targets. Zacchaeus has 7 targets. The tight ends combined has 6 targets, but Swift and DJ Moore have 5 apiece. Is that going to rear its ugly head, especially against Detroit now? Because we know people's tendencies and we know what they like to take away. DJ Moore usually has a good game against Detroit. He usually does. So what do you all think about that? Because nine targets for Odunze, and then you only got 37 yards, 6 catches for 37 yards. I don't like that production.
But I mean, that's kind of like a Ben Johnson run offense. I mean, he does spread it around to different people, but I mean, it's got to work. It's got to work. Like, I was not happy with I thought Loveland was going to have a good game. He only got targeted twice. Mm-hmm. Like, when you got pressure coming on you and you have a speedy tight end like Loveland, I thought he was going to get a lot more targets. I know that wasn't good because I had him starting in fantasy football because of that.
Yeah, but you said speedy, and what we could see when he was on the field, he wasn't getting away from nobody. So,
I mean, right now it seems like the offense, I don't like, as far as when it comes down to the targeting share, that they're trying to target Rome Odunze more. Rome is a good receiver. He's not ready yet. He's not ready to be that number one. DJ is your number one. As we see, DJ is like a jack of all trades. We saw when he caught that one pass, and we see what he can do after the catch. Mm-hmm. He got probably additional 10 yards after that catch. Rome Odunze, I like Rome. I wasn't high on the Bears picking Rome because I wasn't high on Rome in college. I thought he was a good wide receiver. I thought he catches too much with his body. He's dropping his pass. That one pass that Caleb threw high, you got to come down with that. That's an elite NFL wide receiver catch right there. You have to come down with that catch.
Yeah.
You can't let passes like that go through your hands. That would kill the drive. That right there would have been a spectacular catch. And let's talk about these refs.
Well, before we get to that, I actually want to answer a question in the chat too. I mean, not really a question. Kamish was making a statement about JJ's growth showing more than Caleb's. I think the thing that happened with JJ was their run game started working. When their run game started working, it opened up JJ just to hit those easy targets because we had to move more in the box to stop the run after that. And, I mean, he did what he had to do after that horrible interception that he threw. He came back and just did what he had to do while Caleb missed wide open targets. So,
hey, Chris, before you pivot to the next topic, if Swift and Moore get a combination of 25 carries against the Lions, they should be in good shape.
Yeah, I
was thinking the same thing. But is Swift you said a combination, but now
DJ Moore, the jet sweeps and all that good stuff.
Well,
but you need good blocking. The weak screen that the Lions are going to be sitting on, and DJ, I saw him in the backfield like line up for like a little motion to the left, handing off the ball like he was Cordero Patterson or something. I'm like, hey, just get the guy the ball on what do we always say, Frank? A simple slant.
Quick little slant. Get him while on the run, man. Like
and
man, you got a lot of players that
he'll
you
do
can
the
do that
yards
with.
after catch. I mean, that's why I tell people all the time. I go back and forth with Detroit Lions fans. DJ Moore to me is more talented than Amon St. Brown.
I agree with that too.
They probably got just about the same amount of speed, probably same about as far as route running, same hands. The only difference is that I think DJ is stronger and he's a lot better after the catch. After the catch, he's one of the best wide receivers in the league. Simply put, he's a tough guy to bring down. But for some odd reason, Caleb is not targeting him the way he should. Like a quarterback, this needs to be a guy like, hey, man, if I need these 5 yards, I'm going to him. Troy Aikman had it with Michael Irvin. Steve Young, Joe Montana had it with Jerry Rice. You know, who else? Peyton Manning had it with Marvin Harrison. It doesn't matter. They got a guy that they sit up there when they need them yards. Pat Mahomes to Travis Kelce. I need these tough 5 yards. I ain't even looking at nobody else. I'm just looking for that guy because he's going to get open. He's going to win his one-on-ones. And that's what he needs. He needs to trust that guy. DJ is that guy on this team. They keep trying to do this Rome Medusa thing. I don't know, this little buddy ball thing that they got going. Rome ain't ready yet. Them hands are still suspect to me. They still suspect. I knew that when I saw the preseason game and when he threw him a lob and he, instead of catching it with his hands, he's letting it come to his body. That's not what you do as a wide receiver. You catch with your hands. You don't let the ball hit your body.
I agree. But one of the things I think the Bears, even the past regime, is doing a disservice to DJ is when we got DJ from Carolina, if you all remember, DJ was a deep ball threat.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
I don't see them stretching the field with DJ, much less giving him the opportunity to even come down with it.
Well, does it matter if Caleb's not going to throw the ball deep?
Well, yeah.
Well, another problem there.
Yeah.
I want to face what Caleb sees. Like, you know, when quarterbacks come out the huddle, they look at is the middle field open, middle field closed? Is somebody in the middle of the field, or is it too high? Like, okay, now the middle field open. Now you can work what side of the field you're working. It's like I don't know if he comprehends that pre-snap and post-snap.
Then that's a problem. That means he can't read.
Well, that goes back.
That's a huge problem.
Goes back to we had USC, as you guys know, at Lincoln Riley. That's a quarterback-friendly offense. You really didn't have to read it. The reads were made for you.
They didn't have any
1, 2, or run
defenses that they played against either.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's several quarterbacks, several young quarterbacks nowadays. So it's kind of
this is where I'm gonna like go with Caleb before we switch over to the other topic. Like, it's first game of the season. It's the first game with a brand new offense and all this type of stuff. I'm not happy with what I saw. But I mean, I'm the trademark of the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. What is it, JB?
We don't know shit.
No, not that one. Cautiously optimistic.
Oh, cautiously optimistic.
I want to get a T-shirt that says that. I swear to God, I so badly want to get a T-shirt that says that. We'll see, because I'm not blaming this on a bad coaching or not anything like that. Like, you missed way too many wide open receivers.
Hey, Edge, hit Lorenzo's comment, man. Go back up.
Yeah, I know. He said, one DJ Moore in the backfield. Remember, Frank, 2 drafted a tight end, and finally Caleb is still too hyped.
And he called Lorenzo.
Why is my name brought up in the DJ Moore in the backfield, though? I don't get that one.
Well,
sorry.
I mean, I don't mind DJ Moore being in the backfield. The thing is that DJ took a pretty nasty hit yesterday.
I'm surprised he came back, man. That looked bad.
I don't want our best wide receiver lining up in the backfield. Now, you can use him as a decoy, because when I play Detroit, I'm damn sure using them as a decoy now, since they're going to see them grab the ball, get a couple carries or whatnot, or a couple swing passes or whatever, him in the backfield. I just don't want that type of abuse happening to him. DJ is a short, compact wide receiver, but I don't want him taking a beating like a Deebo Samuel does. He don't need to do that. He's too important to this team, because if he goes down,
I agree.
You know, you're gonna be relying on Rome, who, like I said, to me, he still catches the ball too many balls with his body instead of his hands.
Like that fourth quarter should have been DJ Moore's time to shine, and unfortunately, we were missing throws on him because he should have had a touchdown.
But
again, there was a lot of points left out there.
Yeah,
there was a lot of points left on the field, and at that time, I'm gonna go out and say, just like I explained to some people about him, Ben Johnson making most of those calls on fourth down. That was points. Cairo's missed field goal was points. Could have put us into, overtime. Like it seems like the damn Bears have the worst luck when the ball bounces the other way. Like I just don't get it.
All right. Well, you know what? Since you're talking about the ball bouncing the other way, let's talk about some of these penalties. I saw at least 3 horrible.
I would really like to know the rule on that too, JB.
3 horrible ones. And then I can't remember now.
Isn't Lorenzo our officiator?
On the fumble, did he punch the ball and the ball came out and nobody touched him?
Yeah, Lorenzo, I need your comment on
that.
He
punches the ball and nobody touches him. That's a fumble.
It was immediately ball contact. He didn't touch him and then hit the ball. Like, that's what I didn't understand. Like, I thought, but they said the rule is, I mean, he was down right there, and touching of the ball or him while his knee is down is still a down. I never heard of that rule.
That's what I'm saying. Like when he touched the ball because he was on his knees, that was considered you're down.
Yeah,
but the ball came out. But I never heard of that rule.
I've never actually seen that happen before.
Once you tried to get back up, right? Yeah. I thought now you're trying to make a football move. Isn't that when you're supposed to knock the ball out?
Yeah, that was interesting. And I think honestly, our coaches did not know that.
Thank you, Lorenzo. There's our Big Ten ref.
Yep.
I knew
That's what I thought too, Lorenzo.
Yeah. And then you had the holding on Darnell Wright. How?
There was not one hold. Like
how?
He did the perfect inside pull down. That is that's what you're taught to do.
Yeah.
As an offensive lineman.
And the dude was going down anyway. All he just did was plop on him. Come on. Yeah. That right there. And then they also got us with the crazy pass interference on Stevenson.
But I knew that
right there set them up to score. The call on Darnell Wright, we was marching down the field.
I know. We had momentum right
there. That messed up a potential ability to score. And then they also called illegal hands to the face on Dio, and he didn't even touch it.
It was all right in the chest.
Up here.
He never touched his face. In fast motion on that one, it did kind of look like in fast motion he was hitting the face. But yeah, in slow motion he never did. Because he had the chest, he was running it up.
But that's like I said, the referees, if we can't not blame the refs for certain things, but we also can't sit up there and just blame the refs for stuff we didn't do it at all. The Stevenson call, as soon as it happened, I knew it because it was like once he plopped down and tried to get back up, Stevenson was like, "No, dudes, you passed 10 yards, you can't touch him." You know what I'm saying? So you can't avoid that call. That they're gonna make that 9 times.
No. I don't think you saw that.
That ain't the rule.
That wasn't the call.
He's talking about a different call. Pass interference.
You talking about when Jaylon Naylor fell and JJ McCarthy was throwing the ball? We like, where was he throwing to? And we like, oh, the receiver fell.
Yeah, he didn't touch him.
Yes, he did. When he fell and he tried to get back up, Tyreek was like, no, and was hovering over him like that. Yes.
No, he didn't.
We rewound that play about 10 times last night.
If that was the case, I don't think everybody be talking about
it. Yeah, even like everybody, including the NFL first take.
Even Troy Aikman stood up there and said, I thought they were going to pick that flag up.
I didn't say it was a bogus call. I said I knew they were going to call it because when he tried to get up,
it wasn't when he tried to get up because the ball sailed past him. When he fell, the ball sailed past him. It's over with.
Listen to me. When he slipped in his route and tried to get back up, we literally rewound it 10 times, phrased the frames like this, and he tried to get back up like this, and Stevenson was hovering over him like this, like no. That's when he threw the flag.
I didn't see that.
Even with all those
Everybody in America.
I didn't say I didn't say it was a good call. I just said I knew they were gonna call it.
Yeah. Well,
even with all those
I don't know how you call some shit like that, but
well, yeah. See what Kirk said. The momentum fell on the receiver, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't think he tried to like purposely like hold him down. I'm saying, but because when he got back up and he was over him like that, it was like that's what they gonna call.
Even with all those penalties, right? We still at some point had control of the game.
Even control of the game, majority of the game.
Even with all those penalties, we had time possession, back and forth on the rushing. We still like when you look at the game, you're like, shit. As bad as we're playing, we still got control of the game.
Yeah,
so now it's more about
it was bad. I mean,
wait, now see, you said it's bad. Now I got people that was chiming in telling me, "Oh, we kicking their tail," and I'm looking at the halftime like it's 10-6, and they are terrible and only down 4. What? Whose tail are we kicking?
Well, the thing is that the Bears had too many penalties that were drive killers. I think the second drive they were going down the field, and I think they get either a false start or a holding call on Darnell Wright. It was something that they called. Or maybe it was on Jonah Jackson. I don't know.
I'm watching that in slow motion right now. I am sorry, you are wrong.
I am not wrong. It is a bad call, but that's what they called.
He fell into Stevenson. Stevenson never shoved him down.
I didn't say you're not listening. Nobody said he shoved him down. No, I didn't. I said he fell down. When he tried to get back up, Stevenson was over him like this. So when he tried to get up, it looked like Stevenson was trying to push him down. I never said he pushed him down. I said it was a bad call, but I knew they were going to call it.
Okay.
I just want to say for the record, JB, I understand what you're talking about, JB. I'm on your side. I see what you saw, and I know what you're saying. Like, JB, I'm with you as far as like, you didn't push him down. The dude fell down on his own 1,000%.
Yeah, he fell down.
Exactly. He slipped on his own. Yes.
When he
so
tried
you
to
are
get
saying
up,
it's a bad call and everything like that. You're just
he almost was like, damn it.
The optics didn't look good right there because like when he's trying to get up and he's just over him, it looks like he's preventing him to get up, but he's not. He's just like he's trying to not fall over the guy completely because the guy tripped, and when you're running going in the same direction together, the guy trips in front of you, you're gonna fall on top of him. It's just fucking like so.
Yeah, you can't prevent that. But
and that's why I said like it was a bad call. If nothing else, maybe incidental contact, which I believe is a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down still though. But you know,
all they were doing, JJ McCarthy was throwing shit up, and they would call pass. Even the pass interference that they called on Wright, like he turned his head. First of all, to me, it can't be a pass interference if it hits the damn DB in the back of the damn leg. How the hell is that a pass interference?
I mean, they always call that if
it got to be somewhat catchable.
I saw this.
Yeah,
while he's facing
I did see that as well. He did hold his shirt
Yeah.
while he turned around.
Yeah, Jerry tug.
There were a lot of our pass interference calls where they were holding.
Well,
and that's right in front of the.
This is one problem. This is one problem that I have with the NFL, and this is me being a wide receiver. How is it that I love the physical part of wide receivers and DBs playing? How is it that you allow? I've literally seen, because I was taught never to extend your arm when you're trying to get a little separation. I see wide receivers, especially on those end zone jump fade balls, where they're literally fully extending their arms to the DB so they can catch the ball. That is an offensive pass interference. And this is coming from a guy that played wide receiver. How are you allowing that? There has to be some type of rule change. Anyway, the Bears, 12 penalties, 127 yards. Like I said before the show started, there aren't too many teams that have won games where they had at least 12 penalties. And for that amount of yards, and I mean, we had some that were drive killers. So what do you guys think?
Certain penalties are holding. You can some holding penalties you can live on because they're playing aggressive. But certain things you can't live with. Offsides, false starts, pre-snap penalties. You just can't live with it. Those are unacceptable. Like I said, you'll get some penalties because they out there being aggressive. It's part of the game, right?
You
But
know
You
what?
can call almost
I will
on every
say
play
something.
if you really want
I
to.
will say something about those false starts, and I'm not taking the blame off of Wright because Wright had 2 false starts that ticked me off, but other than that, I felt he had a great game. Because there was hardly any pressure coming on his side throughout the game. But one thing I will say, and I believe it was Chase Daniels who spoke about it yesterday. No, it was actually this morning. I was listening to it while I was working, and he was saying he feels a lot of those false starts were on Caleb as well. Pretty much just, having the timing off on the snap counts and everything like that as well.
Yeah.
Like, and he did admit that. He was just like, I mean, it could be different. I don't know how Ben Johnson runs his offense, but his hits and everything like that were a lot slower than usually expected. Like the timing of it was a little off and everything. So that's interesting. But I'm not taking that away from Wright, who had those 2 false starts, but were awful. But we had a lot of false starts. Wide receivers, tight ends, all of them did.
I want to talk about something else. Another guy that worries me, Carlos Santos. Cairo, I said Carlos. Cairo.
Like hangover.
Cairo Santos.
He actually doesn't bother me.
Like that ticked me off on that. That missed field goal ticked me off, but it's too soon.
I literally hold my breath now when he kicks because he's gone the last 2 years, got so many damn balls tipped and kicked that I'm just nervous anytime he kicks the ball, period.
You're not even saying just as misses, you're saying as blocks and everything.
Not the misses, just as balls that's being tipped. And someone else was saying that his ball it's going straight.
Well, he increased his distance a lot. He increased his distance a lot because he's pretty much hitting it harder, but causing to do that is by hitting it a little lower.
Well, he actually has one of the weaker legs in the NFL when he comes off to.
That showed when they trusted him to kick. That showed when they trusted him to kick the ball out of bounds at the end of that game, and he didn't.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand.
I think they wanted him to kick it out of the end zone.
I didn't understand why we didn't go for a onside or something.
Well, I understood it, but I would have rather just kicked the ball out of bounds and let him have it then if that's the case. And the key was just not to have any time run off of the clock. That was the main thing. But they trusted that, and you could tell as soon as he kicked that ball, he put his head down. As soon as he kicked that ball, because he knew he didn't have enough leg to get it out of the back of the end zone.
That's something on coaching, right? That's planned before you do that.
It can be on coaching, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's something on like coaching. That's a strategy situation right there. Coaches, hey, kick it to the third row.
But then that's bad coaching too. If you know that he doesn't have the leg to do it, so
right there, coaches.
Like, why put in that situation? But in that particular setting, Kevin O'Connell knew 2 things was going to happen. He was going to run that ball out to get past the 2-minute warning. That's 1. 2, the Bears didn't have any more timeout. So if you get 2 first downs, you know it's over. It's over. So it was like at that point, I'm with Edge. Hell, go for the onside kick.
I was with you there, JB. I don't know why they didn't do the onside kick, but I think not kicking it out of bounds was pretty inexcusable too. Like the difference between the 35-yard line and the 40-yard line is so negligible at that point in the game that It's just it does worry me that Ben Johnson didn't have the wherewithal to be like, hey, Cairo, just shank this shit. I don't know. Maybe he did, and Cairo forgot.
I just need him to shank it to the stands, not to the almost goal post, and they run.
I mean, the thing is this: if they had the kicker from the Jacksonville Jaguars, I wouldn't mind. He could probably kick it out the damn stadium. I wouldn't mind him. Cairo Santos, I had already knew that the minute talking about, can he kick it out the end zone? No, he cannot kick it out the end zone. I knew it wasn't going to make it to the end zone. He probably tried as hard as he could. It wasn't going to make it. He doesn't have that strong of a leg. I much rather seen not Tucker, but Taylor do the kickoff.
Hey,
why not? Right?
You know what? Random question. What are the top 5 toughest stadiums to kick in? You guys think Soldier Field is one of them?
The longest kick in Soldier Field history, field goal, is 59 yards. I'm
about to say it's not because of the way the winds were. It's not a favorable place.
Yeah, it got to be the toughest stadium. So I think
one of
the longest is 59 yards. I mean, guys nailing 59 yards like it's not nothing, and it was done by Prater.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand why we don't make it a priority to get a kicker who could kick far. It's 2025. Like, it's just classic Bears living in the past. And like, hey, he's really accurate. Like, okay, we don't care about that. I mean, yes, we care about that. We want accuracy, but like, he shouldn't be shanking 50-yard kicks. Like, it's just not excusable at this point. Like, you got to get a guy who could kick it 60, 65 yards nowadays. They exist. They're all over the place.
They got in Pittsburgh and boom it now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Man. His is probably would have been good from 80. He had like another, 20 yards to go on that one.
Bring something up for you guys with this, though, because we really didn't touch enough, in my opinion, on the defensive line in the trenches, right? How do you all feel the defense did? Because as well as we know, the offense collapsed in the fourth quarter. Defense gave up 21 unanswered.
I think the defense did horribly.
They gave me 7.
Quarter. I mean, they couldn't. They
they get right because the defense gave you 7. Right, they gave you 7 points. So,
yeah, but you also got to look at the
technically
fact,
wasn't unanswered by the defense.
Yeah, you also got to look at the fact too that to start the second half, if I'm not mistaken, we had 4 straight 3-and-out drives where our defense had to consistently go back on the field, one right after the other. And they looked like they were worn down in that fourth quarter, in my opinion.
They did look worn out, but they also weren't communicating at the end there. Like, on that little flat route to Aaron Jones, no one had the edge. Like, they were scrambling. And then, on the McCarthy touchdown run, no one held their own on the read option. They just couldn't stop anything at the end because, like, it was almost like they were too dejected to actually communicate with each other.
Well, I think it was more of the fact that they had a successful run game. That their run game started doing better in the fourth quarter.
I'll give you
that's
that.
pretty much where our defense.
But I'm sorry. If I see Aaron Jones lined up and I see Noah Sewell guarding him, I'm throwing that ball. Like that's just some shit you don't do.
I wasn't talking about the touchdown. I was talking
about.
I
thought you were talking about the touchdown.
No, we're just talking about in general.
No. On the touchdown, that was just the right read. Like you got a linebacker on a good receiving back, you throw it to the running back. Yeah. I'm talking about like late in the game. I think it was like a second down, and I think Joe Buck was saying, "Oh yeah, the Bears are all confused." Like might have been Aikman. Bears are all confused. They're not lined up well, and sure enough, Aaron Jones just like slipped out to the flat. That was the play where Aaron Jones. He tried to stay in bounds, but he fell out of bounds.
Okay. I know what you're talking about now.
That was like that's just poor communication, and like these are things that should be avoidable, especially with an experienced defensive coordinator in Dennis Allen. Like that just shouldn't be happening.
Forget about one thing. And I'll say this and I'll get out of here. The play, the moment of momentum is undefeated. No one has no answer for momentum. When you have momentum on your side, Minnesota did.
And they
have an answer for it. The Bears, as you guys saw early in the game, we had hella momentum going on. I mean, first 10 plays were phenomenal. Caleb was 10 for 10, running the ball pretty efficiently. When Minnesota had the momentum, no matter what we did, it simply didn't work.
King, what was so funny?
Yeah.
It's funny that you said that we had the momentum, but guess what we did? We killed ourselves with penalties. We had the momentum. We just refused and the next thing boom, offside, boom, a holding. Illegal formation, anything. The Bears had it in that first half. They were doing very good, but then it'd be something on the third down. There's a holding. Now you got 3rd and 15 or something like that, a 3rd and 12, 3rd and 11, a false start. They were killing themselves. They had the momentum, and they killed their own momentum by constantly jumping off sides and getting some type of holding penalty.
What was that Darnell Wright penalty that pushed us back to 1st and 20? Then Caleb missed the wide open commit up the seam, and then he got sacked, and it was intentional grounding, and then we missed the 50-yard field goal. So it was like after that Darnell Wright penalty, that's when everything went to shit. That's when it all just completely imploded on us.
You know what, though? But that still was only one drive. We had other drives where the play calling was just real vanilla. And like you said, Easy, what happened to foot on neck? What happened to that?
Yeah, that's what I was saying during the game is like, and what I don't understand, and this is what's pissing me off right now about Caleb more than anything else is you're up by 2 scores, right? You have an 11-point lead. You're at home. You have the ball. It's 3rd and long. Why not throw it down the field? If it gets intercepted, I don't mind. That's
a
not a
punt.
problem. That's not a problem. It's an arm punt, right? Throw it deep down the field. Look, if DJ Moore is not catching it and he's not getting a PI and it's not incomplete and it's intercepted, he's making the tackle. I'll tell you that much. Like, why are we dumping it off to Loveland for 4 yards when we could be like, just take a shot? The refs wanted to call flags. They wanted their screen time. Mm-hmm. Why are we not going for the throat? And
why are we not obliging them?
Yeah, honestly, like, hey, like give them that screen time, right? Also, like, I mean, you know, you have a first-round receiver in Roma Dunze. You have a second-round guy in Luther Burden. Like, why not stretch the field and just try to take a shot, man? I mean, that's what the Vikings were doing late in the game, and they were getting all these penalties. Like, it's just it just completely blows my mind. Like, when you have the lead, you go for the kill, and maybe Johnson was calling plays to go for the kill, and Caleb was just checking it down for whatever reason. But yeah, penalties did end up, you know, killing us anyway. So,
remember tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it's Fan Appreciation Night. The Crooked Commission super producer in the back is putting up the link for you guys to come on and to join us. I know a lot of people be behind the keyboards and, you know, say a lot of interesting things. Well, now is your time to come on to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where we can put a face behind the words in the comments and let us know what you think about the game, and let us know what you think about as far as how the Bears going to look for the rest of this remaining season. So don't be shy. I know some people camera shy, maybe some people just sitting back chilling. Just feel free to click onto the link, get in. The Crooked Commission will let us know that you're in the background. Also, remember to like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. We're trying to get to 1,400 subscribers. Help us out. Hey, it costs nothing to like and subscribe. Share the link with your friends, cousins, your aunties, your boos, your side pieces. It don't matter. It might be a good thing for you and your side piece. It'd be something that y'all do together, you know.
Change your
main piece don't know
name.
about the side piece. Yeah, we got this podcast that we like to do together.
Yeah, we're promoting side pieces here. Gotta love it.
Hey man, whatever it takes.
I see what you did there.
Whatever it takes. Okay, so we got another guy that's gonna come on. He's a regular on the podcast. He's long-winded. Damn, is he long-winded. Hope he don't be too long-winded tonight. The mouth in the South, but he's from Chicago. Mr. Chicago. Oh, shit. You already look like you about to start. And
no, I'm not.
yeah, I see. When you go like this.
I mean, first off, what's happening, guys? Overreaction Tuesday. What can I say that hasn't already been said? First half looked good. Second half didn't even exist. It's like nothing happened in the first half.
It's because they have a good DC who made adjustments, and his adjustment.
You know what? It really came down to this, Frank. So an experienced former coach of the year in Kevin O'Connell outcoached Ben Johnson in the second half with the adjustments that they made. Now, having said that, Ben Johnson made some rookie first-time head coach mistakes and putting the ball. Now, I'm not going to put this all on him, but it's on Caleb too. But he forced this kid to throw the ball way too damn much. And we drafted a 7th round damn running back who we said was so damn talented, but didn't include him in the running game, which was non-existent for the entirety of the fucking day of the damn game. Of the game. The entire game. Now, mind you, the Minnesota Vikings have been one of the best, if not the best run defensive team in the league last year. And then they added Jonathan Allen and Hargrave to the fold, which makes them even more formidable, which makes them even more dominant up front, right? So DeAndre Swift is not an every down back. Ben Johnson, I put the play call in some instances on him because you dialing up plays for DeAndre Swift when he's a cut and run guy. There was no holes to run through. Now, the offensive line did a really good job pass protecting. They did a terrible job at run blocking because there was no holes and gaps to run through at all. But when you don't play Mononga in the backfield, who's a stronger back, who will fight for extra yardage, I'm looking at you and saying, what in DeAndre Swift are you seeing that you think he's going to be able to carry the ball every damn down and get little to nothing at all in this game? So we were one-dimensional in the second half, which is what I'm putting on Ben Johnson, because you made us one-dimensional by making Caleb throw the ball that many times. Now, getting to him throwing the ball, you're missing throws, son. You're missing wide open people. I think this kid is too much in his own head, where he's not trusting himself enough, and he's not trusting his teammates enough. And I saw that. I'm seeing the uncertainties in some of these throws. Now, some of the throws early on, he was pretty damn certain about. But then he got when Brian Flores was like, you know what? I ain't gonna blitz you in the first half. I'm gonna take away every damn thing you did in the first half in the second half and see how you respond to it. And guess how they did it? They didn't respond well at all. We had no adjustments, or we had no counter adjustments to their adjustments in the second half. Brian Flores,
Ding, ding.
he outcoached Ben Johnson, and Kevin O'Connell outcoached Dennis Allen. It's just that simple. But again, I am not going to burn the city down. I'm not out here burning jerseys. I'm not out here asking for people's jobs. I'm not out here ready to give out pink slips. It was the first damn game of the year. Granted, it was at home in front of a loud, rowdy, just turned up, juked out, Chicago crowd. But with that being said, I think that the frustrations, although it be somewhat warranted, some of it is over exaggerated too. It's just like now we're quitting on him, and we quit on the team after the first game. If we quit now, ladies and gentlemen of Bears Nation, the season's already over. If we're gonna quit on him and quit on this coaching staff now, what else is left to look forward to?
This is the thing, Chicago, and this is where I'm gonna jump back to you on this, because
I wish you had more to say.
I don't care who you put in at running back, it wasn't going to work. All right, because Dahlman and Jonah Jackson got destroyed the entire game. It doesn't matter which running back you were going to use. If I'm going to put anything on Ben Johnson,
it somewhat matters because Mononga's a stronger guy.
Let me finish.
Look, I also saw some runs where Swift just didn't take the hole that was open.
That is true too. Swift's not good at finding the proper lanes. He struggles at that. Once he hits a lane,
I don't want to be too hard on Swift because I like how hard he plays. But
Jesus. This is where I'm coming back as far as like bad game for Dahlman, bad game for Jackson. I was more upset with Ben Johnson in the second half. I didn't see enough more slant plays or enough like quick hits to like a DJ Moore or something like that. And I know Flores did a cover too. He pushed a lot of more people more up, daring Caleb Williams to throw the ball down the field, and Caleb Williams was missing those throws.
I'd like to speak to that because there's a misconception around our culture where we're like, especially like against the cover two, people are very much, I don't know, I feel like a lot of Bears fans are very much like, oh, we don't want to do screens. We don't want to do screens. You want to do screens. Screens are successful when you have the two high safeties because that's when you're most likely to be able to maximize space. And it felt like the Bears weren't doing that until they got into like third and forever. And so, yeah, you want to see some of those quick hitters. You want to see some of that where you're, maximizing the space and getting the ball to DJ Moore on those quick hitches that get you a quick 7-8 yards,
Yeah, hold on, Scott. In the cover two, I agree with you easy because you want to get more of those short to intermediate routes.
Right.
What got me was when they would go cover zero and you knew it was one-on-one man and you didn't take any shots.
Yeah.
That's what really got to me because that's what single high dictates.
And he did miss a lot of those shots, let alone
he overdrew. He overdrew some of those shots.
I'm not even saying he missed the throws. I'm saying he missed a lot.
Sometimes he didn't take them in the first. And that's what he didn't take. Why you said they played great the first half, and I'm looking like again, I'll be that guy. But 10-6, and they only got 28 yards total offense, but we're only winning 10-6.
Oh, listen, I always bring up the fact.
We should have been up 13-3 at halftime.
I always bring up the stats that you don't see that they don't show up on the stat sheet, right? We missed opportunities to score more in the first half before we went into halftime, and then it didn't help much that we have Santos who cannot kick a damn field goal past 49 yards. It's time for another kicker, and I like Cairo Santos. I don't like him missing these many field goals that distant, man.
But you
Come
said you
on,
wasn't ready
man.
to fire nobody.
Edge, you go ahead. What's your take on it, Edge?
All right. So when we talk about one thing that I did realize about Swift is a guy that he has vision when you're tossing the ball to the side, and he has room to move up the sideline. When you're going straight up the middle or behind one of the guards, he gets it and then he puts his head down. That's why he can't see the holes.
He's horizontal.
Getting it and looking through like this. He gets it and he puts his head down. He can't see anything. He's not that type of back. That's what limits DeAndre Swift. Can he catch the ball out the backfield? Absolutely. Is he a good blocker? No, he is not. When he gets the ball on the outside, yes, that's when he's most dangerous. He's not dangerous at all when you're giving him the ball through the middle because he puts his head down too much.
In between tackles, he's not the type of back. He's not that in between tackles.
Good. Josh Jacobs is sitting right there in free agency.
Like I said earlier, is it me or the Bears are the worst team in the NFL when it comes to running screens? Our screens never work.
No.
The blocking never works.
Back to damn Matt Nagy.
The blocking never works. The blocking gets blasted through. They don't even get time to even set up to even block for their damn players who catching the screen pass before the damn defender already in their face. Because even on that Van Ginkel on that screen to I think it was to Rome, and Van Ginkel was right there. Caleb underthrew the screen pass. I'm like, you could at least fake them and then threw it over his head or something. But you threw it so low that he almost caught the interception and went home.
All out blitz on him. Yeah, good luck on that one.
But I'm like, but listen, the screens only work when the blocking is actually working. When the blocking works, we can go for those screen passes. But I'm like, Rome is a 50-50 ball kind of guy. Throw the ball up too.
The screens that you're talking about are not the screens that the Bears are running. The Bears are running the West Coast, not West Coast, the like the RPO bubble screen type screen.
Yeah.
They're not running the traditional let everybody come in and then boom, dump it to the running back over the top. They're not running those screens.
If a screen pass gets 5 yards, that's a successful screen pass. Like not every screen
Right.
pass
Any play gets 5 yards, that's a successful
play. Yeah, absolutely.
Because the goal is to get forward. You know, you want a positive play.
But when you have a play and you're running and you see Rome all of a sudden go from inner slot to 4 yards back, you know it's coming, and it's like, why even call it?
Yeah. And then you see the wide receivers, they're not able because the DBs already know it's coming. Like it puts the wide receiver in a disadvantage.
Predictable.
Because if I'm a wide receiver and the DB knows that it's coming, he's not about to line up right across from me. He's gonna line up where I have to sit up there, won't be able to get him, and he's gonna go straight in for the ball.
Did y'all notice our screens look more predictable in most cases than other team screens? Because I've seen offensive schemes be designed
every single time
where
when it's coming.
You have certain teams that line up a certain way where they receivers and tight ends are lining up as if they can run a route and catch the ball when they actually for to get ready to block for their teammate. And when it comes to blocking for our teammates in certain situations, I'm just like, how you that man just run past you like that? Was you not setting your damn screen yet? Like, was you not in your stance to set a screen for this or set a block for this man for that screen pass? I don't get that. I don't for the life of me. But I want to go back to another point about the running attack, which was non-existent. I somewhat agree with what you said, Frank, only because there hasn't been any really consistent teams out there, especially last year, that ran it on the Vikings. But you can get some runs if you gas them enough with a hard-hitting running back that's going to take the damn hit just as well as give it back to you. Like Monunga, what we've heard about him during minicamp, during preseason, is that this guy can take a hit and keep on ticking. And yet you're not even giving him an opportunity in this game to actually do something.
Chicago, I tell you about propaganda all the time. And if that kid was that good, DJ Moore wouldn't have had 3 carries. Mananga would have had them carries.
I don't understand why he did.
He's not ready.
Yeah, that's where I'm
Then
going.
why you have him out there then?
We don't know what's going on behind the screens and practices and everything like that.
Man,
we always said this about Roshan Johnson as well. And who did we have on? I can't remember from Bear. We had on from Bears Media who straight up said Roshan Johnson's not the guy, man. He is not.
Roshan is a tough back who will get those extra yards on 3rd and 4 and 4th down and stuff like that. Now listen, we've always said about our coach and wanted our coach to be that having the big, cojones, if you will, to actually go for it on 4th down. But in situations like that, Ben Johnson, we want you to go for it on 4th down, but it has to be circumstantial.
You got to wait
You got to wait until we actually get ahead and actually get the offense rolling before we see the confidence enough to go for it on 4th down.
I didn't mind him going for it on 4th down. And tell you the truth, if Caleb sits up there and dials back the RPMs on it, it's going to be a completion. Simply put, because DJ was wide.
Personally would have went 12 Chip Loveland to the left and rolled with the little dink, but that's me.
I mean,
I would too.
And you know, it's funny that you say that, JB, because for the simple fact, what I didn't see any type of rollout plays for Caleb.
Nothing. I didn't
get
see
the line to move it. If you're just sitting back there and letting them come with 5 men and 6 men, start moving the line.
They had a few play action fakes and rolls out. He had
2 bootlegs the entire game. Set run bootlegs were only 2 the entire game. Other than that, they were scrambled out of the pockets into a bootleg.
Because he was holding the damn ball too long.
Yeah, that too as well.
But I mean, if you don't have a successful run game too, those bootlegs.
You can't be one-dimensional going against a team like the Vikings. You just can't.
No. Yeah. Hopefully he'll figure that out.
Another thing is this. Why didn't you bring back a guy like Elon Wheeler? Travis Homer wasn't available. Roshan Johnson not available. You only had Mananga and what was the other guy that they picked over Wheeler? What's his name? Brown? What's his name?
Yeah.
For special teams purposes.
Yeah, was it Ruben Brown or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, but none of them got a damn carry. DJ Moore is back there getting more carries than your backup running backs. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Hey, I think we got a guess, don't we?
We do got a guess, and I want to chime in with him on some of these.
We're gonna bring in tracks. Mr. Chicago, we're gonna bring you back. We're gonna bring in tracks real quick.
Yeah, stay back. We'll bring it back in like 5
minutes. No, I thought Zoe was here.
No, Zoe is in the house right now. Yeah. So we got our Big Ten referee in the house right now.
Oh, okay. We got Zoe in. Okay. Well, you guys know I don't know who back there.
I can see him back there.
You never know what they're doing back there.
If he's eating meatloaf, I'll die.
How you doing, Lorenzo? What's going on, guys? Hey, listen. First of all, let me tell you how much I love you guys, man. You guys keep the fire burning. But let me say 2 things real quick. Okay, real quick, because I'm doing this from my iPad and not my usual setup. First of all, Mr. Edge, I didn't realize how much you knew all my children. So I have to adopt you as one of my children. Hello, Andrea. No, you know, my daughter went to Morgan Park. She swam for Morgan Park, and Shannon, Dr. Good now. But let me say this to you. I keep telling you guys, and don't ignore me when I make these points.
Nobody ignores you.
Hey, Frank. I beat up on you, but it wasn't you, Frank. It was easy.
Had a good catch, by the way.
No, it was easy. When I told them that they were going to draft a tight end, they did. I said Mananga was a good back. They didn't use him this past week like they should have. I told you that DJ Moore was going to come out of the backfield, and he didn't get hurt because of coming out of the backfield. What they tried to do was to shake up and saying, okay, I'm going to run him, but then I'm going to pass him. But the problem is that once Caleb had that modicum of success, when he went to the sideline and posed like he was Superman, it was downhill from there. Go back and look at that. His ego is such that they're massaging it. They massage his ego. He doesn't listen. They had a whole thing on the Score, not the Score. It was one of the TV shows, and they were talking about how people come away from saying that Caleb is supposed to be coachable, However, he doesn't really listen. He goes out and does his own thing. And he did hold the ball too long. Now, 2 last comments, and I'm going to get off and watch you guys. The officiating did not dictate the win or loss.
No.
However,
It did change
the thing about officiating that I always tell people, when you make a certain call at a key moment in the game, it turns the game.
Yeah.
The hands to the face was horrible. The so-called holding block on right was horrible because the guy was falling and all he did was pushed him down to the ground. That was, and it was and everything was in the frame of the body when it started out. So they blew that. But see, part of that, and hello, Andrea, the part of that problem becomes is that at this point, they're not screaming enough, and that whole gentleman Chicago Bears sideline thing doesn't work. Go off. Get thrown out the game. I don't care. At least they will know down the season that you got some passion on that sideline and that you will fight for your players. I'm out now. Watch you guys. Bye.
Love that.
Always love having you on.
Later,
Always love having you on.
Hey, okay, so that was.
He didn't say anything
Lorenzo
negative about
Clemens,
Cole Kmet. I think that's the first time I've spoken to Zoe.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't trying to be that guy. Yes, I am. I told you all 2 years ago that the little journalist dude that worked at USC said Caleb don't listen to coaching.
No, he well, the
Y'all
thing
said
is,
I'm lying. I'm talking shit. I told you. I heard what
the-
I heard.
The thing about it is when it comes down to Caleb, it's the ego. Like when they interviewed him, he said, Ben Johnson said this, and then he said, turn it to Superman. Dude, we don't need Superman. We don't need you to turn into Superman. You're making this about you. It's not about you. It's about the team. It's about doing what the coaches want you to do. We know that you can do everything off script. You're one of the best off script quarterbacks in the league, but you're not that good when it comes down to doing scripted plays. You get gun shy. You want to make sure everything's perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to throw some interceptions. But we're going to go ahead and get bring in another guest.
No,
something happened.
He
Left.
He got kicked out, so I don't know what happened.
Oh, he got kicked out. Okay, maybe he'll get back in. We were going to bring in Trax, but he
I could pretend to be him.
All right, here he is. He's back. We're good.
Never.
Yeah, this goddamn
technology. Let me tell you.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Is he back? Is he ready?
What are you doing, Lee?
I don't see a picture, but his volume's up, so I'm guessing.
What's up, fellas?
There he
says
is.
he's audio only.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay, I'm mobile, so I didn't want to,
Oh, okay. Well, we fully understand. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think about the game.
Yeah, I want to do exactly what Lorenzo did. I like, because you got so many people in and out. So I'm just gonna give you my quick take, and then roll out and hear what you guys, what your response is to my take. So let me. Actually, I wrote it down earlier because I was. Here we go. So I get the frustration a lot of the Bears fans, myself included, right? After another loss at Soldier Field. But let's not write this off as the same old just yet. The Bears were actually dominating for 3 quarters, holding a solid lead against a tough divisional rival in the Vikings. Both teams brought their A game in what turned out to be a tough back and forth gritty battle that came down to the wire 27-24. This wasn't some blowout where we got steamrolled. It was a hard-fought NFC North slugfest where Chicago showed real fight under Ben Johnson. Consider the situation. We were missing 3 key defensive starters, top cornerbacks Jaylon Johnson, Kyler Gordon, plus linebacker TJ Edwards, which is a massive hit to our secondary and front 7 right out the gate in week 1. Despite that, our D forced 4 3-and-outs in the first half and kept the Vikings to just 80 yards and 0 third down conversions early on. And those refs, they straight up botched some critical calls like that phantom pass interference on Tyreek Stevenson where we were up 27-17 with under 10 minutes left, which flipped the momentum and put Minnesota in scoring position inside our 30. Fans are calling it rigged, and honestly, it felt like the officiating handed the Vikings their comeback on a silver platter. Johnson's already proving he's not like the old guard. He schemed us to a lead against a rookie QB making his debut in J.J. McCarthy, and we saw flashes the offense clicking with Caleb Williams. One close loss with injuries and bad zebras doesn't scream same old Bears. It's a building block for what's coming. And then I got one little sidebar, and then I'll bow out. You know, look, I want to break it down just a little bit more without throwing in the towel after one game. We play 4 quarters, no doubt, even though it felt like we only played 3, but holding a 17-6 lead in the fourth quarter against a divisional foe who was 14-3 last year, and we only had 5 wins, like the Vikings, especially missing 3 huge defensive pieces that I brought up earlier: Jaylon Johnson, Kyler Gordon, and T.J. Edwards. That's not the same old. That's progress under Ben Johnson. Even if we let it slip 27-24 in the end, our D was dominant early, forcing those 3 and outs and limiting them to just 254 total yards, while we racked up 317 yards. And I thought that in itself, that whole part of being able to do that was pretty good. So I'm gonna sit back and listen to what you guys got to say. Oh, you know what? I will say this. I missed this other part really quick too. I guess I got a little bit more than I thought I had. I wrote a lot, man, because I was taking in so much. I was like a sponge, and it was just weighing on me with everybody. It was kind of brutal today to see everybody come back and forth after that. Over 32 minutes, so we controlled the clock. Penalties killed us, 12 for 127 yards. Oof. But a lot of those were straight up phantom calls, like the bogus PI on Tyreek Stevenson late when we were up 27-17, which basically gifted them the comeback drive inside our 30, and the holding on Darnell Wright that flipped momentum even earlier. Troy Aikman was ripping the refs on the broadcast. Fans are calling it rigged. Offensively, calling it just 1 touchdown undersells it. We put up 24 points total, including Caleb's rushing score on that impressive opening drive, 10 plays, 61 yards, and his late 1-yard laser to Roma Dunze to make it a 3-point game. And with 2 minutes left, dude went 21 of 35 for 210 yards, and that passing too. It's not elite, but solid for a guy shaking off rust against the secondary, especially after last year's mess. We outproduced them on paper everywhere except the scoreboard. And, it just shows how those refs and injuries turned a winnable game into a heartbreaker. Totally agree. We're not writing off Caleb, like you guys said earlier, or the team, but I'm glad that we're on the same page and nobody's yelling same old Bears after the fight. J.J. McCarthy had a hell of a debut, climbing the pocket and hitting those throws for 3 touchdowns in the fourth. Props to him, but let's not pretend the Zebras didn't bail out his rally with those calls. Caleb scrambling for that running lane on the opening TD. That's not abandoning the pocket. That's using his legs like we drafted him for, and it worked. And the off-season shade that people were talking about, the Europe trips versus JJ, grinding through injury recovery. Come on, Caleb had a brutal rookie year in 2024 with 68 sacks. He deserves some downtime to recharge before year 2. And it's not like he skipped workouts or anything. JJ knee held up great, but both those rookies turned soft are ballers now, sophomores. It's about building here, and thank God week 2's at Detroit, where they just got bullied 27-13 by Green Bay in their opener, looking shaky up front. If we clean up our penalties and get those defense of starters back, we could steal one there. We could steal one there and flip the narrative quickly. This was a gritty loss in a gritty game, not a collapse. Ben Johnson's scheming already has us competing. Bear down, bros. So that's all I got. Sorry, it was a lot more than I thought, guys.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be. Man, that was a long one there, bud.
Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry.
You're good. Yeah, but when you hop off and we'll answer this one by one. But I will say this: we cannot say that it's not the same old Bears. I can't agree with you on that because you did just say that we played only 3 quarters. The same old Bears don't play 4 quarters. The same old Bears don't play a full game. They've never played a full game in a long time. Like, and that's the one thing I will question on that. There's no question about the officiating and all that type stuff. That was absolutely insane. But I can't say we dominated 3 quarters. I will say we dominated 22 minutes of that game. Because after they marched down in 25 seconds to kick a field goal before the damn half, that's when we didn't do anything after that. I guess we had a pick 6. Yes, we had a pick 6 for a touchdown, and we were hoping the momentum would have shifted, but it still never did. But that's
I'm glad that was so concise.
Go ahead, Edge. What about you?
Man, I don't even know where the hell to start at. We lost momentum. Like Akeem said, momentum is something. It's something that can't. It's not a numbers game.
You can't
it's
measure
just the emotion. Like, yeah, you can't measure momentum. It comes and it goes. Sometimes it's gonna work in your favor. Sometimes it's not gonna work in your favor. You know, unfortunately, this is one of the rare times where momentum shifts to you, but it actually gave them the damn momentum. Because all of a sudden, JJ threw the pick, and then immediately after he threw the pick 6, the cameras shined to him on the sideline over there, talking to his offensive lineman, telling him it's going to be all right, stay in the game. And next thing you know, they get a couple lucky breaks, you know, pass interference. Oh, you got that Ohio State jersey shit on. And they end up winning the game. They took advantage. Of course, you would throw the ball to Aaron Jones when you see Noah Sewell on him. And that's where you miss. That's where you miss T.J. Edwards. I mean, I don't think T.J. Edwards would have been able to cover him either.
He wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't.
No, nobody would.
He would need a better job.
Maybe we would have been in nickel, and maybe
that's where you needed Kyler Gordon. You were hoping to have Kyler Gordon.
He would have did a better job. He would have did a better job.
I think another thing is I think that's where you needed T.J. Edwards, because I think if T.J. Edwards would have had the defense lined up properly. Because as you were saying, JB, on that particular play, it seems like the defense didn't know exactly what it was that they were doing, who they were covering. So I think a guy like a T.J. Edwards would have got the defense in line and had them set up for the proper defense for just in case they would have ran a play like that.
Yeah, TJ would have done a better job in the rushing attack too, because Jordan Mason was killing us after a while. Aaron Jones wasn't doing much of any damn thing when it came to running the ball, but when it came to throwing, like getting in position to throw routes, TJ Edwards would have been stopping a lot of those plays that Jordan Mason was getting through the damn line and breaking tackles through. TJ Edwards would have got him on a few of those plays. I'm almost certain of that.
Well, you know,
also they were without Jordan Addison. Who knows how they would have done if they had him? You know, like injuries work both ways.
Honestly, that's why
he's not injured. He's suspended. That's a big difference.
Go ahead, JB.
Yeah, but I'm about to say I'm offended that this brother just cut me like it wasn't my turn after Edge, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and do the, you know, I'm easy. I'm gonna throw it live. You know, I'm gonna do some restorative language around here. You know,
we're trying to keep that under wrap. No.
You know, right? But my thing for that whole situation and that soliloquy, yeah, I use that word that Trax just gave us. That's where I say the passion and fandom comes into play more so than what the actual game dictated and told us. Regardless of how people want to say, they had injuries too, right? Okay, Jordan Addison might have been suspended. You know who they didn't have? You know who they didn't have? They didn't have their all-pro left tackle Christian Darrisaw either. And that makes a difference, especially early on when you're making your adjustments.
That's why Deo had a really good game,
of which KOT made the adjustments like, okay, I'm going to chip with this dude because I know Darrisaw ain't out there to give me the one-on-one protection I need. That's one. So the injury imbalance goes both ways. Two, I'm kind of tired of people saying that we dominated this game. Like the Bears offense,
we time controlled it. I'll give them
defense too. In the first half of the game, JJ couldn't do anything in the first half.
You about to do it again?
No, I'm not.
You are. 10-6 is not dominating, brother.
I'm talking about in the sense of them being able to not do anything, even with us being up that much or that little. They still couldn't get none rolling.
Listen,
We dominated.
You know what
management.
is dominating though? You know what is dominating?
management.
Clock management. We dominated.
That's it. Because 10-6, and we don't have anything to show for it. Because contrary to what people believe, while they're harping on this 24, right? You harping on this 24. The Bears' offense only scored 17 points. Damn if that don't look familiar.
That's very true. But I'm speaking about how the defense was stopping them from scoring. Despite the fact that we wasn't scoring, they wasn't scoring either. They wasn't able to score a damn thing.
But to sit up here and I have people say, "Oh, we dominated them." 10-6 is not dominating.
No, it's not. That's
17-6 when your defense just scored, and then you turn right back around and blame your defense because your quarterback and your guru of a coach kept going 3 and out, and your defense was tired. The Bears defense got tired. How dare you blame them?
Offense one-dimensional by throwing the ball.
How dare you blame the same defense you just praised?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Troy Aikman straight up said it at the halftime.
Let's keep it real, y'all. Like I can't. It irks me when we say one thing and then we contradict ourselves.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's just to piggyback on what JB's saying too. Troy Aikman said it at halftime as well. The fact that this is a 10-6 game is not good for the Bears.
No, it's not. It's never good when we go on the big lead.
But the Vikings were still in the game.
Okay, Well, I'll say this again. I'll say this again. Since there's so many of us, man, we get into some shout outs. I noticed one thing in the game, and I'm glad you guys brought it up. The run started working once the Bears had substituted Javon Dexter and Grady Jarrett out. I saw Williams and I think what's the other guy? Big 97, Billingsley. I saw them in. I'm not a fan of Williams because I saw it even in the preseason game. Like when they didn't play, I think Grady Jarrett didn't play, but it was him and Dexter. They tend to run at him. They tend to move that dude out the way. And when they started running the ball, with him and Billingsley was in the game. And I said, damn, these guys, why are they running all of a sudden? Why are they getting all these yards? And I look up, 91 and 97 is in there. And sometimes it's hard to get guys out. You know, in the NFL, it's not easy to substitute.
And I didn't hear Grady Jarrett's name being called a lot, and I was surprised about that too, because I was looking for him to have a pretty productive game for the most part when it comes to stopping the run, because he's known for doing that.
They did stop the run when he was in there. It was just that when the other guys came in there.
No, the other guy was doing a lot better at running the ball as opposed to Aaron Jones. He struggled early running the ball.
Yeah, Aaron
the other
Jones.
guy was at least giving them positive yards.
I should know.
That's what I said, though. Aaron Jones wasn't doing anything. It was Mason that was giving them all those yards, and he was the one fighting for extra yardage and breaking through tackles. Now, with us, again, I'm going to go back to the running game. Against a defense like the Minnesota Vikings, you can't be one-dimensional, because now you're playing right into their hands. Now you're going to be throwing ill-advised passes. Now you're going to potentially be coughing the ball up. And luckily enough, we didn't turn the ball over, but it didn't help that we were in a rushing situation trying to throw the ball down the field, and we weren't completing passes down the damn field. Now, with that said, if you're going to sit up here and tell me that, again, and I'm not firing Ryan Poles just yet. I'm not on that wheelhouse right now. But I am saying, at some point in time, if this continues, Ryan Poles is going to be looked at. So I'm going to give you all 3 unfortunate facts about this team currently. We are 3-6. We are 3-16 in the NFC North Division in the last 3 years. We've won 3 divisional games in 3 years. We have won 15 games in 3 years. We have also only scored on an opening drive. One of 3 teams last year to score on an opening drive one time this year. We just scored on open drive none at all last year. And we had opportunities to do so. At some point in time, Ryan Poles, who's now 15-37 as a GM, gonna have to start looking himself in the damn mirror and saying, okay, enough with this saving money crap. and this whole salary cap saving shit. It's time to start spending money where it's rightfully deserved and earned, and going out to go get some damn body, paying somebody, overpaying somebody, using these damn draft capitals to go bring some damn body in. Because if you're gonna tell me with a straight face that Cal Monangai was a solid damn running back in Rutgers that you got in the 7th round, you could have moved the hell up and got a Hampton. You could have moved up and got Junkins or Henderson. You could have got one of these other damn running backs. This is a heavy running back draft class, and you decided to get somebody in the 7th damn round that you decided to not damn play in the damn game that we needed him to play in the most.
Hey, at least
it's unacceptable, man.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chicago. We also got to remember, I get what you're saying as far as your points with Ryan Poles, but remember, the GM's job is to draft the talent. The coach's job is to sit up there to develop the talent. Their record going 3 or wherever it is in the division, is that on Poles? Because we all said he tried to tie it. That's on coaching. But we're gonna go ahead and bring in one other person. We're gonna bring in Jake Grizz, and then we're gonna get into some predictions and shout outs. We gotta make it fast though.
Oh, you taking a poop? Running to the bathroom. You're taking a poop.
Nah, man.
Grizz, what's happening,
I
kid?
was taking care of my son. What's up, y'all? My son's
What's
in the
up?
shower right now. I'm sorry I'm late.
No problem. Good to see you, brother.
What's going on, y'all?
What's up, man?
Hey, hold on 1 second. I'm having technical difficulties. All right. Yeah, man. I don't know where to begin, man. I saw the same game y'all saw, and definitely ain't a good look for game 1, you know, because it's the same old Bears to me. I ain't see nothing change, but the head coach. I like, you know, what the coach did first drive, but besides that, everything else looked like a shit show. I mean, pardon my language. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to curse, y'all.
No, you good. Curse, you good.
Yeah.
It's not like we don't curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We got foul mouth C over there, so
I'm about to curse next.
Yeah.
I already cursed once, so yeah, trust me, I'm upset too.
Right. So yeah, man. I don't know where we go from here, man. I mean, I guess we can only go up, right? Because we already hit rock bottom. So
I mean, no, we can go down.
Hey, well, check this out, Jay Grizz. Why don't
Yes,
you
sir.
give us your prediction for the Sunday game against the Lions?
Whew, jeez, you put me on the spot right off the bat. I'm gonna say the Bears come out swinging as usual, but I'm gonna have to say the Lions. Anybody know what's the point spread so far?
I don't know what it is
Something
now,
like
but
that.
I'm pretty
I haven't
sure.
seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
No? Okay, so well, I'm gonna say the Lions
I'll find
28
it.
and the Bears 24. I think we're gonna put up some points again.
Lions 4.5 is the point spread.
Lions 4.5. There you go. Yep. 28,
Lions 4.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that, man. 28-24. You know that play's gonna be rocking. I don't know if Caleb could be more accurate than he was in a big game and on the other team's home turf. I hate to say 24 because our defense plays so damn good, you know. I guess if TJ Edwards and JJ play, we might have a chance and hold them to like 24, 21, 23 points, something like that. And then maybe the Bears can escape with a dub and we can convert some of them field goals. But until I know what's shaking with the injury report, I'm gonna have to go Lions, man. Bear down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, Mr. Chicago, you got any? You got your prediction?
This is personal. I think this is going to be a personal. Both teams are hungry for a win now, despite the fact that neither one of them played really, really well. So I'm giving this to Ben Johnson to go to Detroit and win this game. It's going to be a close game too because these divisional games, we know each other quite well. It's going to be personal for him. It's going to be personal for them. So I actually see us winning this game between 27-23 Bears or about 24-20 Bears. I can see us winning this game, and so I'm looking for a redemption game. This is a must win for both teams, but we need this win more than they do.
Is it a must win or is it a can't lose?
It's a must win for me. I'm speaking for me. It's a must win. We can't go down 0-2. We just can't.
Okay.
The Lions can afford to go down 0-2 because they still have the personnel, and they have a lot of unanswered questions they have to answer too, because they OC and DT. The OC was underneath Ben Johnson, but it don't mean he know Ben Johnson's offense and know how to run it. So with that being the case, I do think that they have more Jaylon to do than we do in certain instances because they have 2 new coordinators, and so
my prediction is exactly the same as Miss Sandra. 27-20 Lions. I think it's a great.
That's what you got easy. What about you, Frank?
Yeah, I don't see the Bears pulling this off because it's in Detroit. As much as I love the revenge type game for Ben Johnson, I think he will come out and redeem himself. I think we will have a solid offense rolling, but there's no way I can see with the talent that the Lions have that their offensive line is going to look that bad again. And pretty much Jared Goff looking that bad again. And the biggest question for me is, and it's hard to say, is because I got to find out the health of Jaylon Johnson and Kyler Gordon in that backfield, as well as Edwards as well, because those are huge pieces.
Yeah, they are.
But even with them, I think it'll be a lot closer. I'm gonna go 30-27 Lions.
32. It's an interesting number.
What?
It's a rare number to achieve in football.
I said 30-27.
Oh, I thought you said 32.
Oh my God! You got 2% milk in your ears again?
2% milk, 98% disappointment.
Now, keep in mind though, Jared Goff has thrown more interceptions to us than he's thrown to anybody else. So he coughed that ball up a couple of times.
All right, what do you got, Foul? Or Edge? I got to get used to that.
JB.
Edge.
But Jared Goff record inside of domes is pretty good now.
For the sheer fact that I say this is a must win, because you can't afford, forget going 0-2 in the win-loss column in the league.
0-2 in the division.
0-2 in the division.
Yeah.
That too.
That's not that too. That is the main.
That
0-2
also
in the division, you're automatically trailing, right? And then that just means that because you're automatically in the hole and we don't see another divisional opponent for a few weeks till we get to the pack, now we just sitting here hoping that we clamor and win other games that we may not have been counting on. Like, we were not supposed to lose this game. We weren't. We all picked the Vikings to lose. We all picked the Bears to pretty much.
I picked the Vikings to win.
Dominate. No, you didn't. Get out of here.
Yeah, I did. I could show you my pick 'em.
Well, I'm talking about when you was on the screen with us, you didn't pick them. But
I wasn't on the screen with you guys. But
anyway, my thing is this. Detroit still has Jared Goff. They still got Amon-Ra St. Brown. They still got Jameson Williams. They still have a really, really high line. They still got David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, and there's this guy who is pretty good at defensive end. His name is Aiden Hutchinson. I don't know if y'all heard of him.
He wants to get paid.
Yeah, and he's a problem.
And he will be lined up on our left tackle probably.
And they also mentioned their center retired too, by the way. So that was a key component to their offensive line.
I'm not saying listen. I'm not saying Frank Ragnow was not that, but trust and believe this is going to be one of the ones where I'm more worried about their defense than their offense, because they also, with DJ Reed and Terrion Arnold, they help their secondary as well. Their secondary is not bad. So it's going to be one of them games where Ben Johnson going to have to say, let me do what I got to do to win the game, not try to show off because now I'm back in Detroit and I got to prove myself. Do the little things right. Keep people accountable. Hey, we going on 2. Everybody heard me? We going on 2. No more false starts. Can't have 12 penalties and expect to win.
Can't have 12 penalties, man.
Can't have self-inflicted wounds. And the sheer fact that they're a 4.5-point favorite, you know how many, my God. That being said, we get our tails whooped. 27-13.
Wow. You said all that to say we get our tails whooped. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So
It's
me,
always
I'm
close
going-
Bears Lions, so I can't go tails.
Yeah.
Here's what you say.
So with me, I'm going to go. I'm gonna say, shit.
Oh, okay.
24-20 Lions. I'm going to pick against the Bears because for the simple fact I have to see them do it. I'm tired of being the fan where I see games like as I said before, the last 3 years, because you can count last game, the Bears have lost a total of 14 games by 8 points or less.
Yep.
They have to find a way to win these games. I'm tired of picking them, and then I look up, they have a great chance to win the game, and then they end up losing anyway. So me, I'm going 24-20 Lions. They have to show me that they could beat Detroit. If they do it, that's a great thing. We won in the division. It's going to give us some momentum. Having Dallas come into the crib, and then we going out there to Vegas. Because I honestly think if we could beat Detroit, we can end up before our bye week being 3-1. Honestly, but now let's go ahead and get into some shout-outs. I know Jay Grizz, you was kind of late to the party.
Yeah, we'll let you go, my man, if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to shout out anything.
Yes, sir. All the time, man. I just want to shout out Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, #1 podcast, Bears podcast, any type of podcast in the country. You know what I mean? I want to give you boys a shout out for always, keeping us on the up and up, regardless of we all have our own opinions. Y'all always keeping it 100 with all of us, unlike other podcasts that so-called keep it 100, you dig?
Appreciate that, Greg. Appreciate that.
But yeah, man, thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure, y'all. And so shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody in the city of Chicago, Tnic, Mount Carmel alumni, right here, baby. And pretty much Miss Sandra Bynum Holmes, always giving everybody a greeting and welcoming us into the chat with a nice warm welcome every show. Yeah, and that's it. All my Bears fans across the country, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Always happy to see you.
Hey, come back.
Salute, brother. Salute. Jay Grizz. Always appreciate the comments, man. I always appreciate your commentary in the comments.
And little Grizz in the back, too. All right, go ahead, Easy.
All right, real quick. Shout out to the Ohio State University for smoking Grambling or whatever, 70-0. That was really cool.
Really?
The world champions of.
Who did they beat? Like a Pee Wee football team?
Yeah, it was great.
Don't do that. It was HBCU they beat. It's all right.
Shout out to all you guys. Always fun. Shout out to my show, Easy Does It, this Saturday at 11 a.m. Gonna have a really good time. Should have my beautiful fiance on there. Shout out to her, sweet Becca. She's a lovely lady. And shout out to the Cubs for clinching their third straight winning season. Hopefully we actually make hopefully we can make a deep playoff run, but I don't know, man. We're kind of yeah, that's all I got. All love, brothers.
Appreciate it, Easy. All right, Mr. Chicago, go ahead and give us your shout out.
Appreciate you guys, man, as always. Talk Chicago sports. One thing I want to do, I want to shout out my wife for actually indulging in me in watching the game last night with me. She watched the first half of the game, and she had a Bears shirt on, rocking it for me, and we got to sit back and enjoy a drink and eat some hot wings, and I was really happy. I felt good about the game, knowing she was right there with me, watching me act the damn fool when we got the ball, scored a touchdown, had a turnover and things like that. So I appreciate her for that. I told her we lost because she went to sleep. She's like, I'm not watching the second half of this game. It's too
I would
late
have
to
said
go."
the same thing. She needs to watch the rest
Yeah,
of the game.
I was like, I need you to watch the whole game because maybe we could have actually won the
We
damn game.
lost because of her. Now I got my reason.
Oh my God! I'll make sure I tell her. I'll make sure I tell her that. But no, but yeah, man. I'm trying to stay as hopeful and optimistic as I can about the team. I know everybody already cast aspersions and are ready to quit on the quarterback, on the coach, and on the whole thing. I'm not ready to do that. If I do that now, it's completely over with. Then I ain't going to even be engaged in commentary and watching the games anymore if I'm already defeated. We can't get so down this team after the first game of the year and think it's all the way over. It's not. We got to give them time. I told y'all this before the season started. Ben Johnson, first-time head coach, he's going to make first-time head coach mistakes. And we have to give him grace and time to adjust, readjust, and learn from these mistakes. As well as Caleb, who's learning a new system again. For the third time, the Bears have done another quarterback like this, having to get invited to another offensive scheme, having to relearn some things that he didn't learn before. So I'm not going to sit up here and say that he ain't to blame for what happened yesterday. But at the same time, I'm not going to put it all on him and say it's over with for him and he's the Bucs. I'm not doing that. It's not that time yet. So I'm going to say as hopeful and optimistic as I can, but also be realistic about it as well. If this continues, then obviously the writing's on the wall until we see different. But I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt and say, all right, the first game, let's see how they bounce back against Detroit, man. It's gonna be a dogfight. We know we're in the toughest division in football, without question. The NFC North is the toughest, hands down. So I'm looking forward to seeing us in a dogfight every single time we step on that field against our divisional opponents. So Chicago against the world, man. I'm staying hopeful and optimistic.
I agree with that. You want to give a shout out, Commish?
No, shout out, quick.
Real quick. Shout out to everybody, all the guests that came on real quick and gave us their thoughts. We really do appreciate it. We love doing the show. We love chopping it up with you guys, the fans. So shout out to you guys for juggling a 6-man panel at sometimes. It's not easy to do. And then shout out real quick to all the guys that won in the Chicago Clubhouse Fantasy Football League. So I wasn't one of them, unfortunately. But next time I'll make sure that I am, even if I have to do something, a little shady. But got to live up to my name somehow. So, but anything else? That's it, pretty much. Like I said, shout out. Hopefully the Bears can win next week and beat those little kitty cats up north. So
send me some praise, Commish, because I ain't winning this damn week either.
All right, I'll keep my shout out short because I know JB's got to get to that chat, and that chat was insane today. So I'm just gonna give shout out to everyone who hopped on. Like how we were saying, appreciate you guys hopped on. It's probably the most active fan appreciation one we've had in a while. So that's very nice to see. Big shout out I'm going to give is going to be to my little guy who had his football game this past weekend. He got his first personal foul penalty because he beat the offensive tackle so quickly he accidentally laid out with a tackle in flag football, the running back, and kind of hurt him. So never wish a kid to get hurt, but if I'm going to have my son be that aggressive, I'm going to get him into flag football too. So I'm really excited about it. Out of flag football and real football. I'm really excited about that. So got to give him his shout out with that one. Other than that, though, I got nothing else, JB, if you want to do your thing.
You already know I'm going to try to speed it up. Shout out to you guys. You know what Tuesdays mean to me. Andrea reminded me, shout out to Aiden Childs and the Michigan State University Spartans. 2-0 with a 42-40 win at Boston College. Way to come back and do that thing. And on to the chat, and it was lit. Leah Ainsworth, thank you for chiming in, Lee. We appreciate it. James Hunter, thank you for chiming in. Andrea Schmitz, as we already know. Neon Peacock merch, thank you. Alex Solis, thank you for chiming in. Montreal Austin. Dan Tanner chimed in. Of course, Crooked Commission in the back doing everything it needs to do. Trisha Adams, Tucson J. All these people chimed in early and often and kept it going. AC Adams, thank you for chiming in. Darius D. Jones, thank you. Be the Miracle. Thank you, Be the Miracle. I believe that's the first time that we've had Be the Miracle. Jeanette Johnson, one of our P1s, thank you for chiming in. We appreciate the love. Just Another Year in Chicago Bears, one of the other podcasts that we do frequently. Thank you for chiming in. Bears Down. Leah and Logan, thank you for chiming in. We appreciate that. Logan, keep stacking them up, racking them up, and knocking them down, kid. Hey, Lorenzo, love when come on, like man, that is just like insight, knowledge. It's like I'm on pins and needles just listening to clamoring after every word with the knowledge. Like I love it. I seek it.
Yeah, shout out to him,
man. Tyler Richards, thank you. He says Skull. I don't know if he was talking about chewing tobacco or that cheap vodka that we drank in college because we didn't have any money. But thank you, Tyler Richards, for chiming in. I know you would get that. But thank you for chiming in. Let's see. It was going. A lot of good banter, a lot of good back and forth. It really was. And this is what we want. We want these chats to be full and robust. Tim Voss, thank you, Tim, for chiming in. We appreciate the love. We want these chats to be organic and robust and just full of good banter back and forth. It was a lot of guys that chimed in tonight that just had great opinions, great factual, contextual evidence. Chicago Sports Podcast and Tracks, thank you for chiming in. We appreciate it. And let's see, I'm trying to wind this down. Obviously, Jay Grizz, the Scrolls did check in. Thank you, Scrolls, for chiming in. Oh, that's what that is, a Viking chant skull. Okay. Oh, AC Adam needed the therapy, man, bro. Whatever you need it, man, come on. We're gonna talk next week too. That's what we do. Love it. Chad Myers, thank you, Chad. I don't know if you were a first time. I think it's the first time on TNA, but thank you, Chad. Please come back. We appreciate the love. TGNL Runaway, as always, becoming one of our fan favorites and P1s. Thank you. That was funny with the 6.79 reads. That was funny. That was hilarious. TGNL, like, he literally is on it. Like, he's with the wit. Like, I love it. Love when when he comes on. Bought our X, our streaming service guide, and Emmanuel Curie. That is definitely a new one. He said it will be a blowout. Ben been waiting for this. Emmanuel, I hope you're right.
I really hope you're right.
Something in me. You know what Miss Chalet say? It's something in my heart. Tells me they about to get their ass whooped.
JB, please don't ever sing again.
It sounded like Sexual Chocolate from Coming to America.
No.
Never said I could. And winding down, that is about it. Wallace Effort. Thank you, Wallace, for chiming in. Don't worry, fellas. Just gained one of our expectations are always high. We just need to clean up the mistakes.
We're going to have mistakes. It's a whole new regime, man. This is why everybody on this panel did not pick. Well, I think some people might have picked that they won like 13, 14 games this year. But I said,
I didn't go that
500.
Yeah, I didn't go that far.
All I want is improvement.
I said 9 to 10 games at most.
Yep, and that's it. But that's where we are, guys, after game one. Shout out to any other family and friends of all of ours that are in the chat. We love that. You know what you are. We'll get to that segment a little later. SB and company, thank you for watching. And if we got one person watching, and that's it. Podcast mom, Miss Sandra Bonham Holmes.
Sir. Great shout outs, fellas. I'll go ahead and get to my shout out. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the chat. The chat was lit tonight. Remember to like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. It costs you nothing to like and subscribe. Like I said, join us. Tell a friend. Tell a side piece.
You and your side piece shit. Stop, man.
Grandma, your grandpa, it don't matter. Hey, share
You're
it with
the wrong thing, man.
Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. Be y'all little secret. Y'all little time to have time away from each other with it.
And you gonna stand 10 toes on that. You really gonna dig deep on that.
10 toes on it. I want to give a shout out to you fellas. Frank the Tank, JB Edge, the super producer in the back, the crooked commish, our boy Tnic, who couldn't make it tonight. Also Easy, who keep popping his old big melon head ass up in here with that Ohio State jersey sweat on that somebody said got a stain on it.
That was really funny. I liked it. That was good humor.
He gonna do it again.
Anyway, man.
Fucking do it again.
Shout out to the guys. Like we said, today was basically fan appreciation night. So we had a couple people on that wanted to come in, you know what I'm saying, speak their piece about the Bears and tell us about what they're expecting in the future. We'd like to thank you guys for coming on. We will be having more fan appreciation nights. So please stay tuned. But remember to rock with us and check us out 8 o'clock Central Time every Tuesday, the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. Like and subscribe. I want to give a shout out to a couple family members that was in the chat tonight. My cousin Montreal Lawson, my cousin Emmanuel Curry, and my cousin Wall Effort. Thank y'all for showing the support. Love y'all. You always know family first. Want to give a shout out to the kiddies. They better be up early for school tomorrow because I'm tired of driving in that traffic and them being late for school. So, because if they ain't on time, somebody's phone taking them off.
Taking them phones.
Taking them phones, baby. Well, they be having a heart attack. You take them things. They don't know how to live without them phones.
L for love. Good times.
You doing too much. It's not that serious. Yeah, all right.
Phones, tablets, all of it.
Right. Want to give a shout out to all the Chicago sports team. Want to give a shout out to the city of Chicago. Please be safe out there. A lot of senseless killing. We need to stop. Life is too precious. Life is already short. Don't make it even shorter. Shout out to my lovely and gorgeous wife who is not watching this, but I'm pretty sure she hears me. Shout out, last but not least, my baby boy, Pretty Ricky. Shout out to him. Hopefully he's asleep and gone and got his diaper changed because I do not feel like changing. Ricky! Don't want to deal with no shit this late. No.
Yeah, how bowel movement works, man. Bowel movement don't work on your clock, man. That's all I'm saying.
Right. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. For Frank the Tank, Mr. Chicago, JB, the big egghead boy in the back, Easy, the super producer, the crooked commission, our absent captain, Tnic. I'm your boy Edge, and guess what, people? We out.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Bye.
Bark.
Bye.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
Good night, Brazil.
Adios, Costa Rica.
It's not time yet. We ain't seen Deadpool.
You're still here. It's over.